Alright, well, good day everyone. Got a little Ricky Racer down here. There's a little Nissan 350 or 370Z. But we're headed out to Armitage Park here in Coburg, Oregon, or just outside Eugene on Coburg Road. And we're gonna take a little trip out there. We got this group site. Came in, I think, right around 95 bucks. So we're gonna take a night here off of Coburg at Armitage Park. Now, I used to do a lot of customers coaches here at this park back in the day when I had my box truck running. So I used to advise a lot of people to come here. I had heard it was not quite the park it used to be, but I was like, all right, that's all right. I'm gonna take this risk. I'm gonna see what's going down. And then I've got scheduled for tomorrow, Premier RV Resort in Coburg. I've got a space there on the pond. So we're gonna do two different parks, same area, and see kind of what the different deals are. One thing I do know about this park, at least in the past, it has a large dog park. It has a small dog park, so you got actually this big one for all dogs, one small one for small dogs. And it also is right on the river, and it's not on the freeway. So we're gonna compare notes between A and B. We will split this up into two different trips. I'm gonna date this material, everyone. Thank you. It's Father's Day, Sunday. Thought we'd come out here and do a little RVing. Been busy organizing things from the move and getting all these angles taken care of and getting the great content out there. I wanna thank everybody that's hitting that subscribe and everybody that is, we're gonna test the brakes. Vroom. So we threw on the exhaust brake, threw the brakes on. As you can see, that wasn't that impressive. This thing stops pretty good for drums all the way around. But yeah, let's get into Armitage Park and let you guys all see that, and we'll kind of give you a review of this. Thanks for coming along here. So nice driving in here. We're gonna head into registration and we're gonna go back to our spot. All right, I'm gonna say that was the most painless registration ever. Of course, I did go online, reserve my spot ahead of time. I literally walked in there, told her my last name, she handed my paper, said thank you. Now, if I'd asked her for directions, I'm sure I would have got them, but I didn't need them because, as I said earlier, I used to be a frequent flyer at this place, sending people here to get their coaches worked on. I've always been a big fan since they did the remodel probably 10 or 12 years ago, but we've got some beautiful company. It looks like a little mixed lingo there, the Oregon Jeep with the Washington country coach, but beautiful bus there they've got. So looks like we've got an Alpha Sia up here in the front of us, which if you email me below, I'll ask you my inside joke of what Alpha Sia stands for. But a lot of people, a lot of those coaches out there on the road. But let me get up into our space here. Looks like we got some trailers, some Winnebagos, but let's do this. All right, one quick thing. This is probably a level surface. The front is actually a little low, so the first thing we're gonna do is a full dump. All right, now we've heard the air being done in the bags. Hit stop, hit air again, then hit air 2 times in a row, and then we'll auto level from there. So it's gonna give us just a little air in the front, and then we'll be done. Right now, of course, it's trying to dump those bags I already did, and then it'll start pumping the front up and we'll be all auto leveled. So leveling, done. Shore power real quick, and we should be able to turn some ACs on. We'll be good to go. All right, so hey everybody, I just got plugged in. If you've ever read your manual, which not everybody does, totally understand that. I have. I did not read the line I'm going to quote though. Is in the country coach manual, theoretically it says you should turn off your 50 amp service into your coach each time before you plug in. Now, I know the theory why. Is if you have all these loads on and you have that on there, as soon as you get contact, it's going to arc across the transfer switch every time, especially if you've got all your electric elements on for your water heaters, other sources of that. So you get that large arc every time you plug and unplug. Then after a while, it's just arcs those tabs out and they get burnt. So theoretically, the best way, I know it's a little time consuming, especially with the breaker panel in the back. Now, if you got a Monaco, your breaker panel's in the front, it works out a little better for you. But theoretically, turn this off, unplug your coach, plug your coach back in, turn this on. Then, when you turn this on, as you'll see, I've already got voltage coming in. Now my amps, of course, is going to be zeros. I mean, it's a little static, whatever there, but we'll go back, and the hertz is all good. So then we'll turn this on. Now we've put the arc in the 50 amp breaker, which is much better. We see now we've got the refrigerator draw coming on this 15 amp here. Turn the electric water heater on. We'll see that multiply to there. Now we're going to see the inverter start to load down. That's going to come onto this lower panel. And now I'm going to go start the air conditioners. So as you can see, we got 14.4 on this one. This one here is going to come up to about 15 because I think that's what I used as max shore power last time because it was plugged into my house. It looks like I had it at about 10 amps. All right, so now the cool thing is what I'm getting at here is the way to know if your air conditioners are actually functioning properly or being able to do tests. So I come up here, I turn it on, change the mode over to cool. That's going to do both zones. Then if you watch this, you'll be able to see the amp draw come on for the fan. And these compressor, I think these Dometics, the compressors come on first, but let's watch this right here. It's going to, of course, take a few seconds for those air conditioners to kick on. But once they do, we'll show you here. Whew, it's getting hot. Let's make sure these suckers are in the on position. Oh, see, walk away. There you go. So now we went from 14 to 17. So that's going to be the fan. That's how much your fan draws. You'll watch here in a second. You'll see the amps come up on this one. You're going to see the fan come here. There went that compressor. So now we know that front AC, the fan's drawing about 3 to 4, and then with compressor also, it's drawing total of about 11. Now we'll get to watch that back here in the back. I just want to make sure that that sucker's on before I stand here forever. It'll probably do the same thing as soon as I get here. I'm gonna go zone 2. Oh, look, I had it off. So mode, cool, set 72. It's way hotter than 72 in here after cruising down the road in the sun. And now we'll see probably this jump up to about 8 amps. All right, boom. Saw the compressor come on. Now we got about 2.5 amps of additional draw. That's the fan. Boom, up to that 24, the large draw. And then we're drawing about 11 amps. So you know by doing that your fans are coming on, and then you know the compressors are coming on, and then you should be getting cold air after that within the next 5 to 10 minutes after each zone. But a cool little video I just wanted to show. If you have those meters in your coach, or if you have a Silverleaf display panel in your coach, then you can use that to also see those. It's a good way to test a lot of different components in the coach for doing a PDI. But we'll continue through the weekend here. You said, all right, I think that's enough RV tech for the day at least. Sun's starting to set here a little later in the day. I looked up after I said that, had to make sure I wasn't running into some famous Willamette Valley blackberries. This is an invasive species. These gnarly thorns on them. There's 2 things that I don't like in Oregon. 1 is blackberries. 2 is poison oak. But I don't think I'm gonna run into poison oak here. I do have some of that up at my track. But right now we're gonna walk down to the Mackenzie River here before it winds into the Willamette River. One thing I will note, the water in this park is probably the cleanest in the country. They pull it out of the river, way upriver there. One of my clients had that water tester and he was like blown away. But so here we are enjoying the day on the Mackenzie River. We have almost made it here. We're just a couple, probably 100 yards outside the motorhome, and boom, we've made it here to the riverbank. Got Arma and Ricky leading the way. I had to grab the keys and lock up the RV, but here we are. Now this little, let's get you on down to the river. All right, so just behind me is gonna be Interstate 5 bridge. Nice part about this park is it's back off far enough that you won't see or hear the roadway during the evenings. Premier RV Resort of Coburg is just that way on the other side of the freeway. But beautiful view here of the Mackenzie River. Ricky sampling the water temperatures along here with the dog. She says it's not too bad. I'm not going wading in there, but that is the trip. Just a couple minutes from the RV spot. Super cool. So thanks everyone for coming along. I think we'll sum up that as today's video. Thanks everybody for coming along. Hit that like button if you think you like it. Give me some comments, let you know how it is. And I want to thank everybody that's subscribing and coming along for these rides. Thanks again, everyone. Bye-bye now.